ordered a replacement phone. With the upcoming tariffs, I thought, the cost is gonna go up. I need a new phone. I've got the iPhone 13 and I'm gonna upgrade to the iPhone 16e. Let's go ahead and open this up. The iPhone 16e, so that's the box. I wanted to upgrade to 512. This is a free upgrade for me. Hopefully it ends up being a better phone. So it's got a seal here, so I'm gonna cut that open. And here iPhone black inside. Got the phone and this cord. This is also a change in my phone. If you didn't know, the iPhone 13 has the lightning connector. And then for the iPhone 16e, we've got the USB-C connector. All right, so we've got the iPhone. This one is the basic model. It does have a better camera, but it's only got one of them, so it doesn't do as wide. So it has a little cover here. Let's go ahead and peel this off. And let's power it up. All right, so there it is. I also ordered a case. So this is an OtterBox, pretty similar to what I had before. I did make a mistake and I ordered the wrong version. This doesn't have the mag stripe charger piece. Now it still does seem to charge through this without it, but it doesn't stick. A Lun glass protector just prevent this phone from breaking. I want to make sure that this is going to last. So let's go ahead and open up. We've got our quick start menu, looking for nearby devices. So let's see if it'll detect it while I'm recording. I might have to switch to a different camera here. Switching cameras here to go ahead and syncing my old phone to the new one. So it did not let me do it while I was recording a video, but now that I've stopped, it does. So you can see the back of the old phones, back of the new phone, iPhone 13, iPhone 16e, setting up your phone. So let's see how this goes and how long it takes. I've been an iPhone user since it first came out. I remember going to the store, waiting in line for that first iPhone 1, which was a lot smaller than they are now. It actually wasn't my first smartphone. I had a Palm 650. That was my first smartphone. It was actually, I had gotten my first website project and I used some of the deposit funds to go buy my smartphone, and that was my first business expense. Had that for a while, and then fairly regularly I was pretty aggressive about getting the next iPhone, getting the next new smartphone out there. But at some point, like, kind of lost interest in that type of thing. In fact, the last phone that I got, my wife was the one that upgraded it for me, and I had asked her to do that because I was going to Honduras and I needed a better camera so I could take good photos and pictures when we went to Mexico and Honduras. So that was great, and it really did the job. So I'm also excited. I believe the 13 has a 12 megapixel camera, and then the 16e is like 48. I'll do some tests to see, if they even look any different. It may be so minuscule that doesn't matter. Alrighty, cellular setup complete. My number is now active. So software update with important bug fixes is available. Would you like to do that? So I'm going to go ahead and hit update now. Kind of thinking I maybe should have waited to do the update till it was done. All right, make this your new phone. So I'm going to hit continue. All right, so talking about the action button. So press and hold to turn silent mode on and off. So that's the difference between the 13. The 13 has that little slider switch. Press and hold to turn silent mode on and off. You can also customize action button to open camera, turn on flashlight, or access a favorite iPhone feature. Flashlight. Sorry, old Siri. All right, now it's given an estimate. It says it's going to take about 54 minutes to finish transferring. It's finished. This old phone, it says erase this phone. I'm going to go ahead and open this up. I'm going to do another shot here. I'm going to just walk. So this is the other camera. Look at my dirty keyboard. Life is hard, business is challenging, the world is uncertain. All right, cool. Zoom in here. Life is hard, business is challenging, the world is uncertain. All right, this is the test. This is the iPhone 16 Pro. Just doing a little sample here. All right, this is a test. This is the iPhone 16 Pro. Just testing the front side camera here. Doesn't seem like a huge difference. I wouldn't get it just for the camera. Overall, it was a little bit more time consuming to do the upgrade than I was expecting. But I am now upgraded, and so I can go ahead and return my other phone, and I'm good to go for the next couple years. I have 512 gigabytes, 88 used, and so hopefully I won't have that issue of running out of space. I got my iPhone Pro 16, decided to change it up, return the 16e and go all the way in with the 16 Pro. Turned out I was eligible for a 16 for free, 512. I could also get the 16 Pro 128 for free. So I went ahead and just did the 16 Pro 512 and just paid the difference. So let's see what we got here. All right, so we've got package here. iPhone. I did have to pay a restocking fee of $50, so that was an unfortunate mistake on my part. Should have gone with this one to begin with, but I did not. Better to make a mistake and change it than to stick with the mistake when it's not working. So, here we go. Look at that. Nice. So, got the phone. Yeah, that definitely, it's quite a big difference on the back there. You got the cord in there. iPhone. So I got this case on Amazon. It has the sliding cover here for the phone, and then it's got a holder for credit cards and ID. So it turns into my wallet. In this case, I can attach to this. I can also unhook it and get rid of that. There's certain situations when we're traveling that I want that connection, don't want to drop it off a cliff there or into the ocean. That's the case that I bought. And then I got this for my microphone. I've got the Hollyland microphone here. I'm actually using it so you can't see it, but I got this to connect here so I can connect the microphone. I purchased another iPhone glass screen protector, and this one actually has little covers for the camera as well. Open this up. So we've got these. These are the little camera covers. I'll put those on as an extra backup. My plan is to keep this phone for several years, so I want it to last, so I'm going to protect it as much as I can. Alright, let's go ahead and load this up. Get going here. I'm going to go ahead and sync my phone, so I got to shut this recorder down since I'm recording on the old phone. I'll see you on the other side. I ordered the case, which also included these covers, but the first time I put it on, as you can see here, it created a weird glare for light fixtures. So I took it off, but they sent me 3 of them. So I went ahead and cleaned it up real good, and then I did it again, and it seems to be working pretty good. So just make sure when you put these on, clean the lens real well, and make sure you don't get this dirty or the camera dirty, and then put it on. What are some of the benefits of upgrading from the 13 to the 16 Pro? In summary, 1, it's faster. I noticed a difference in just the speed of opening things up using apps, so there's definitely an improvement there. It's got 512 gigabytes. I'm shooting a lot of video for YouTube, so that's going to be really great, not having to offload all this video all the time. I'll be able to go quite a while before I have to do that. Another nice thing is that this 16 Pro has optical zoom up to 5x, and so you can go in and out. Here's an example of that where I'm zooming in and zooming out. The 5x optical zoom is pretty great. You can go even further with digital zoom, but digital zoom starts to pixelate. So the optical zoom preserves quality of the image. And it's actually come in handy with some sports videos of our kids and different types of things that I've been experimenting with. I'm glad to have had it. I didn't seek it out, but I'm getting the benefit of it. The screen does seem to be a little bit crisper. As far as the battery goes, I don't know that it's noticeably different. Now, I think the battery is better in several ways, but the new phone just seems to use up that battery. So if I'm using the screen and the processor, it does seem to go just as quickly as my last phone did. But if I tone those down, I suspect I can get more battery life out of my phone if I need it. The 16 Pro does have an always on screen, which is interesting. It's just always there. It has the photo button. The photo button is interesting because it's not just a button, it's actually kind of like a sensor. And so you can slide your finger across it to slide between the zoom levels. So you can go 0.5x, or you can switch to the front facing cam just sliding your finger back and forth. It's pretty cool. And then you can go to 2x or 5x optical zoom, and then you can actually configure the button to do other things with the camera. So you push it to load up the camera in one click, and then once the camera's loaded, then it has other functions. I didn't know that. It's pretty cool, and it's come in handy. The iPhone 16 Pro also has this dynamic island, which is where the camera on the front is. It's this little circle thing, and when there's notifications or alarms, it has a little area that the screen displays that information, and it's that digital island around the camera. So it's pretty cool, just the way it creates a more of an interactive or immersive experience for using the iPhone than when you don't have that dynamic island. So I like that improvement. Makes it a little more fun to use the phone. Ultimately, the 16 Pro from the 13 is a bunch of iterative improvements, a bunch of small little things that make things better. But ultimately, it's not a huge upgrade. So there's not a transformative difference. I mean, there is the Apple Intelligence piece of it, which the older phones aren't going to have, and the newer ones do. And you have the image playground, which lets you make some AI generated images.
A lot of the changes are just small little improvements across the board from a day-to-day experience of my apps, using the phone, text messaging, using the camera. There are some subtle improvements, and those are nice to have. But honestly, the biggest thing for me is getting that 512 gigabyte hard drive just to be able to store a ton of content that I record. But if you're thinking maybe I don't need to upgrade, it probably doesn't make sense. But if you're going to upgrade at some point and you want some of these little improvements, or you want a bigger hard drive, and if you're concerned about the price of the iPhone going up, now would be a good time to do that, especially if your provider is providing you with trade-in. Mine gave me $830 trade-in, so this phone ended up being fairly inexpensive for me. And since I'm expecting iPhones to increase in price 2 to 3 times over the next couple years, I wanted to just lock in on the newest phone and be set for several years, give it a case, give it a cover, and just use this phone for as long as I possibly can until it breaks or I lose it. Originally, I decided to upgrade my phone. I realized with my provider, I got a free upgrade. I wasn't paying attention to all the details, so I ended up just upgrading to the 16E. That was a mistake, so I decided to change that mistake, and I went ahead and upgraded to the 16 Pro, which wasn't entirely free, but it was mostly paid for by my provider. And so now I've got the 16 Pro, and I'm very happy with it, and I'm excited to be locked and loaded for the years to come. I'm Jason Scott Montoya, and this has been a product review of the iPhone 16. I'll see you on the next video.